We have this lovely basket of fruit. So do you mind if we come? Hi, what is your name?
We received a letter.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but we didn't get authorization.
Uh-huh. We just can't, you mean we need authorization to drop off a fruit basket?
Yes.
To drop off a fruit basket?
Yes, you need authorization.
Oh, this is going to be fun to work with these people, isn't it? To drop off a fruit basket, you need paperwork.
Excuse me, give me a minute, and I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Just a minute here. And then, what is your name?
Ramos, Orlando Ramos.
You know, we're working together now.
That's nice.
How do you like working for GE?
It's good.
Are they nice people?
Good people, good people.
Are they mean to you at all?
Excuse me?
Are they ever mean to you?
No, no. Good people.
Christmas bonuses?
Good people.
Just let us come in and we'll drop off the basket of fruit. Okay. These are the people that we're going to be working with. Just go on in. I'll just go on in and see what happens. Hi, how are you? I'm Dave Letterman. Nice to meet you. What is your name?
I'm going to ask you to turn the cameras off, please.
Okay, we just wanted to drop off this basket of fruit.
Okay. Would you cut the cameras, please?
It's a gesture of goodwill.
Will you cut the cameras, please? We have to talk to the director right over there, Mr. Gurney.
Just, Director...
A friendly greeting. A warm reception at the GE building.
They take over in August. We'll be done around Labor Day.
I'm going to look for work myself.
In watching that, there was something very interesting that you might have missed. We get a glimpse of the General Electric corporate handshake. Now, you're going to see it once, and then you're going to see it in slow motion, then you'll see it again. The first time, I think, the gentleman is trying, I'm trying to shake his hand. This will be the General Electric corporate handshake. Let's take a look at it, and then we'll show it to you in slow motion. Here he is. How do you do? No, I don't think so. And again in slow motion.
Slow motion.
The GE handshake. No, forget it. That's the General Electric handshake. Can you tell that, John? No.
I see. Here we are. Yeah. Here we are again.
This is our director, Hal
Super
Gurney.
slow.
Same thing again.
Again.
No.
I see.
Now,
That's good. That's standard. That's.
I do want to make one announcement here. The gentleman was simply doing his job.
Of course.
It turned out to be a very, very nice man. Really, really a nice man. You have no idea the kind of man. He has a heart of gold, this guy. And we were actually intruding on his territory, and he was behaving perfectly normally. Right. And we have nothing but the highest admiration for him and his family.
Wherever they are. Yes. Well, okay, that was a very funny piece of tape. That's it's going to be a warm relationship.
GE.
Now I have something I want to show you because I knew you had this, although I hadn't seen it. Remember the last time you were out about 3 or 4 months ago?
Right.
David has a home out in Malibu. I won't mention exactly where it is because we were only about 8 blocks apart. And I was out walking one day.
Oh yeah, can you believe that he's out walking?
And I passed this house and I saw this beat-up red pickup truck. I don't know how old it is, 15 or 20 years old.
73 Chevy, and it's not what I would call beat up.
Well, we're going to find out. And I said to David, I called him, we were talking on the phone, and I said, I thought you had it out in front of the house because when tourists would come by, even though you have very expensive sport cars in your garage, you put that out so people would come back and say, hey, my God, he's just like us. He drives a pickup truck. You know, you leave it there so everybody can see it. It's intruding on the street.
Yeah.
Well, being a member of the Malibu Community Property Owners Association, I went by your house this morning on the way to work.
No.
And I want to show you. I took this picture myself. Right now. Right in front of David's house. Now, if you drive around Malibu, it's a nice neighborhood. And I think this, potentially, as a homeowner, is a bit of an eyesore.
No, it's not.
It is, even though it's nice. And so, today, and I will take full responsibility for this, call me vigilante, if you wish. I dispatched some people to your home, because I mentioned this to you before.
Oh, good. This is what I need, strangers roaming around in my front yard.
So, would you roll the tape that we made this afternoon since you have come? This is a view of the truck.
Oh,
I want you to see this fine automobile close up. Take a look at the appointments inside the cab.
It was locked.
Now look at this. Look at the seat. This is David's truck.
Yeah.
Look at this fine automobile, parked out in front of expensive homes in Malibu. Rust spots, this thing is disintegrating. So I said to the people in Malibu, do you really want this around? Now, you have to admit, David, we talked about this before.
Yeah.
So here's what we did, and I take full responsibility for
No.
this. We'll roll into the next tape, Bob. We're just rolling ahead here. This happened late this afternoon while you were at the studio.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, good. Good. Steal it. Sure. What, did you get some of Gaddafi's boys to go out there? What the hell is this? They're stealing a truck.
Now we had a neighborhood watch. We had to move very quickly.
Oh, God. So what's next? Kidnapping my girlfriend?
I thought
That'd
this
be
was...
good. No.
And there you go. I tried... I figured now, as a private... I figured as a citizen, I did have a right to improve the community, so... David...
Like a citizen's arrest here?
David, this is your truck.
No.
Look at this fine.
Now look at Wait a minute. He scratched the damn truck. This wasn't here before. Get in touch with the Highway Patrol.
No.
My truck has been stolen. It's been returned, but I am pressing charges.
Okay, David. Now, I tell you what I'll do. I'll make you a deal.
Like a little auto theft clinic for the kids
That's
watching
right.
at home tonight.
Tell you what I really want to do. I'd like to buy the truck from you so I can put it in front of my house. So people will come by and say, oh, God, that Johnny Carson's a real Midwesterner. Look, he drives that piece of crap. Like that. That's right, a piece of crap.
Does he not?
Billions and billions of miles.
for that.
Here's Johnny.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you.
Oh, boy. Friday night. Thank you. Oh, what a nice crowd. Friday night.
Yep.
Thank you. That's right. If you love me so much, where's my prom corsage? Isn't that about the time of year?
Yep.
Do you remember? You remember your date
I told
at your high school prom?
Yes.
Real quick, what's your
Lois
name?
Ryan.
Lois Ryan. You see? You never forget.
Yvonne.
Oh, that was the... Oh, I know. Yeah, Yvonne.
Sure.
I remember I was turned down by the prettiest girl in high school. Betsy Ann Buttermilk. Betsy Ann ran off and married an Amway salesman. Good move, Betsy. You could have been into the heavy alimony by now. I ended up... No, not true. I ended up actually with not an attractive date. Actually, the ugliest girl in my high school.
Who was that?
Babe Vagoda. I took her a flea and tick corsage. I mean, she's no... Well, anyway. We got a good show now. How many are you going to be in New York coming to the 4th of July? Yeah. Are you going?
Yeah.
Are you going there?
I'm going to play.
Are you really?
Yes, on some boat.
Are you going to be on a boat?
Yep.
Cruising the harbor around?
I hope so.
Now, David Wolper, who did the Olympic opening out here for the Olympic Games, is producing the spectacular back there. And he announced today he is going to release at the Statue of Liberty 10,000 homing pigeons. Now, think about that. You got a big statue. And 10,000 pigeons. That could be a big scene there. That's true. Now, in addition to the 10,000 homing pigeons, you know what else is going to be there? 200 Elvis Presley lookalikes. True. It took a Hollywood producer to give that event a touch of quiet dignity. Why do we have 200 Elvis Presley lookalikes at the unveiling of the Statue of Liberty? Anyway, the statue's getting ready for the big event. She's wearing a mud pack hair curler, so it should be a... Now, come the 4th of July, you're going to see how important it is to win a presidential election. As you know, President Reagan is going to press the button that lights the new Statue of Liberty. He is going to watch the fireworks display from the aircraft carrier Kennedy sitting out in the harbor. Walter Mondale, on the other hand, is floating in an inner tube off Hoboken. So close. I understand Vice President Bush will not be there. Someone has to stay in Washington. Yeah. You know, but President's made arrangements for Bush to have a hot dog and a sparkler. You want to feel old all of a sudden? How many of you, well, you all remember the movie Gone with the Wind, right?
Right.
This coming Monday is the 50th anniversary of the publication of Gone with the Wind. Remember the fuss over that line when they made the movie? Big fuss. They almost cut it out of the movie, where Rhett Butler said to Scarlett O'Hara at the end of the movie, remember the line? Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. That 50 years ago was big trouble. Things have changed. I heard Mr. Rogers say that to King Friday this morning. The big scene in the book and the movie, if you remember, was the burning of Atlanta, right? Do you remember in that scene in the movie, everybody was trying to run out of Atlanta, a chicken running down the street with a fire lapping at its legs, and a young Southern colonel named Sanders standing by, saying, hey, that gives me a hell of an idea. True. Terra is still there, but it's in Photomat now, but it's still there. What else happened? I mentioned the other day, Luciano Pavarotti is in China. And he gave a performance the other day before 3,000 opera lovers and took 5 encores. And after the concert, he was carried off on their shoulders. All 1 billion Chinese. We have an interesting show tonight. We have something that is a little bit different. First of all, we have a very funny gentleman and a good friend, Mr. David Letterman. Judge Wapner's here for a special reason. I'll tell you more when David, he is going to, I guess, mediate and hand down a decision on a little argument that Dave and I have had about David's truck. So we invited the judge to settle that tonight. If you watch People's Court, it's a good show. And Judge Wapner, that's coming up this Monday, faces his biggest decision. It seems that a chinchilla in a Barstow coughed up a 10,000 fur ball, and the judge has to decide who owns it. $10,000 fur ball, did I say?
That's better.
What did I say? Just a 10,000 fur ball. There's no joke there. And you told me that right off. Anyway, coughed up a 10,000 fur. I didn't say $10,000? No. There's no joke there. There's not much of a joke if I said $10,000 fur ball. Anyway. David is here, Julio's here, the judge is here, we're all here. We'll be right back. All right, my next guest. Immediately following the show, I guess every night of the week around the country, is Late Night with David Letterman. And David is out here now. Here is David Letterman.
you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. It's nice to be here. It's a magic night, isn't it?
Isn't it magic? Electricity in the air.
Ed's here. Ed reminds me like a really successful Shriner. I like Ed.
And you're one of the few people who hasn't cut a record with Julio Iglesias.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Julio was here.
Yeah.
Have you actually given away any of those $1 million cash prizes? You say,
Four of them.
where I will personally award this giant prize?
I do it personally.
Does anybody call up and say, no, Ed, just mail it in?
No, they want to see me. They want to see me. If you win, I'll come to your house.
I got one in the mail from him one day.
Is that right?
Oh,
One of
yes.
the,
Says
yeah.
you may have already won.
And what happened?
Nothing. I didn't
Yeah,
win.
no,
Didn't win.
probably not.
Didn't win.
It's on the up and up, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Not a
Very
scam?
legit. No, okay.
Does this man look like he would be involved in a scam?
No,
Is Rock of
not Ed,
Gibraltar
not
here,
Ed.
Mr. Honest?
It's a magic night, isn't it?
Magic night.
It's a magic week. This is the, we're celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Statue of Liberty. If you go now, say you load up to Winnebago and you're leaving, I don't know, Barstow today. And you motor out east to the Meadowlands, Giant Stadium.
Right.
One of these days, a travel agent who has a package now. Yeah, we can do that. We can put that together. You know, and this David Walper is doing like 9 different shows, and they're each like 6 hours long. And one of them features, now remember what we're celebrating here. 100 years of the Statue of Liberty, the 4th of July, the birth of this great nation of ours. I say that, by the way, for cheap applause. Thank you, thank you.
Right. We're not against that on this show.
No. So if you go to one of these shows, like one afternoon, 80,000 people at Giant Stadium, and you know it'll be comfortable, the middle of early July in New Jersey. No humidity there. It's like Manila. You're going to see a show with 200 Elvis impersonators. To me, that says liberty, damn
Yes.
it. That's what it is.
Dignified occasion.
Absolutely.
Will you be there during the festivities?
No, I'm here. I'm on vacation.
But I see you.
After we settle our little unpleasantness, then I'm on vacation.
That is true. You're here really for 2 reasons.
That's right, 2 reasons.
We are friends, and we're going to talk a little bit, and then we do have some differences that I think have to be settled.
That's right. And they will be settled. I have every confidence that the judicial system in this country works if the price is right. But
I am
seriously.
I'm willing to put my case in the hands of Judge Wapner, and we'll get to that later.
We're going to do that now or later?
No, we'll do that later.
Look what I found on my mailbox. I'm in New York City, and I come back here to do this. And, you know, you get flyers, they'll leave them on your windshield or in your mailbox about home repairs, handymen, guys who'll come and tidy up and do work around the house. So I get this at my house, and this is absolutely true. Take a look at this. Right here, a hand-lettered brochure. If you have odd jobs, repair work, clean up around your house, contact these guys, the Fix-'em Dudes. I think the name says it all, doesn't it, folks? Here's master craftsman at work. It's the... Honey, who should we get to rewire the house? You want to get this reliable electrical contractor here? They're rated AAA. No, let's turn it over to these boys, the Fix-'em Dudes.
I want them prowling the premises.
You don't suppose these guys are too badly surfed out, do you? No.
You should.
Can we borrow a hammer?
Yeah. Well, you should probably, now we'll talk about the other reason that you're here.
Yeah, okay.
Which we have to address ourselves to tonight.
Kind of a somber occasion, isn't it?
In a way, yes.
It went from a magic night to a somber occasion.
Yes, all of a sudden. Do you remember some months ago, I called you at your home.
That's right.
And mentioned that you had a red truck parked in front of your house.
Right. No surprise to me.
No surprise at all. And I thought, first of all, I thought you put it out there. It was a cutout that you put on the street to show the tourists who come by that you're just a good old boy.
Right.
And, you know, look, David, he's got a pickup out there. He's one of us. And I said it was pretty junky, and I said, living in Malibu, I thought it was an eyesore.
Yeah.
And should be removed. We had a few words about that, and in fact, when you were on the show last, your truck did show up.
That's right.
On this stage.
April 8th.
It showed up on this stage. That's all I will say. It showed up here. April the 18th, I believe it was.
Why did it show up? It was stolen. Thank you.
Allegation.
No, that's an allegation, and we're going to have to discuss that.
All right.
Anyway, you seem to feel that I've committed some kind of a heinous crime here, and that some damages are due you. And I thought the only way to really solve this was to bring a gentleman here tonight who does this every day on People's Court, Judge Wapner. He agreed to come here tonight and negotiate some kind of settlement, right?
That's right. It's a little like big-time wrestling here.
That's right, and we have, that's right. And we're both agreed to abide by his decision.
That's right, absolutely.
All right, we will take a break, and His Honor will join us in a moment.
You can pay for the mail.
To review our case and to reach a just decision, we agreed to ask a retired municipal and Superior Court judge who has been the presiding judge for 5 years on the People's Court. Would you welcome, please, Judge Joseph Wapner.
Gentlemen, since this is an arbitration, I'm going to have to ask you to be sworn, if you don't mind. You and each of you do solemnly swear the testimony you are about to give in these proceedings shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
More or less, sir. Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes. Better be more.
Yes, sir. All right.
All right.
Do I begin, Judge? What happens here?
You wait for me, Mr. Letterman.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Letterman,
You're no Sandra Day O'Connor. Please. Well, I got off to a wrong start there, didn't I?
Mr. Letterman, my understanding is that you have some complaint about a truck that was, you allege Mr. Carson took from you?
Absolutely. I tell you...
Where was that truck, sir?
If I could interrupt, if it pleased the court...
It wouldn't please me at all.
If I could interrupt here just a second. You know, a couple of weeks ago, we found out that there was going to be an opening on the Supreme Court, and I think myself and the rest of America just naturally assumed you'd be going to Washington. It's a box of steaks, and... you know, now it's kind of like a better luck next time token, and I hope you enjoy those, you and Mrs. Wapner. Thank you very much.
Mr. Letterman, the price isn't right.
Yes.
Now, let's get to the truck.
Yes, sir.
What kind of truck is it?
Your Honor, tonight you're going to hear a story.
No, I don't want to hear the story. What kind of truck is it?
It's a fleet-side, half-ton 1973 Chevrolet pickup truck, roughly 75,000 miles on it.
All right, good. Where was it parked when you allege it was taken?
Right in front of my home, where it's always parked.
That's on the street?
On the street, yes, sir.
It's legally parked there?
Absolutely.
Okay, just ask the question. You claim that Mr. Carson or someone on his behalf took it?
Absolutely. I have proof to that effect, too. Exhibit A. May I introduce Exhibit A at this point?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, can we roll the videotape? This happened April 18th, 1986. A team of terrorists attacked my home. This man you see in the picture was earlier seen boarding the Achille Lauro. So there it is being carted away. And next, you'll see it here in the studio. Now pay close attention, Judge, if you will, to the left front headlight. There it is. See, it's in perfect working condition as of that night, 4/18/86. And I'd like to thank Mr. Zapruder for the footage. Now, I also have some photographs to indicate that it was damaged after that fact. The truck was...
I'll get to the damages, if you don't mind. Mr. Carson, did you have that truck taken away and brought to the studio?
Your Honor, Mr. Letterman used the word stolen.
No, I didn't say stolen. Yeah. I know he used the word, but I didn't.
Yes, sir, I did remove the truck from the premises.
All right.
An illegally parked truck on county property.
I object, Your Honor. I object.
Well, don't object. It's not going to help you any. Why was it illegally parked, sir?
May I offer an evidence, Your Honor?
Yes,
a picture here?
Yes.
Please show this to you and then show it to our viewing audience. You can see the truck parked partly on the street and on county property, not on the setback.
All right.
On the setback? What the hell's a setback? You park on the setback?
I did remove this as a private and public nuisance from the neighborhood.
Why do you consider it a public nuisance?
Yeah, I'd like to hear that.
Your Honor, very often I have people come to my home at night, and because the truck is an eyesore and a relic, I would like to introduce first, Your Honor, if I may, some tape of the truck to show the condition it was in, to show you why it was removed. May we have that tape, please, to show you the condition of this fine vehicle. Here is the inside of this fine finely maintained automobile. You see this?
Okay.
And of course, just let me and see. Here's the well-kept interior of the truck bed.
All right, I'll admit that it needs to be waxed.
Your Honor, for Mr. Letterman accused me of damaging his truck is somewhat like Emmett Kelly's accusing me of damaging his clothing. I removed it as a public nuisance because people who often come to my house will go out of their way not to see this nuisance. When I jog at night, the truck is parked close to the street. I have to avoid the truck and actually run with the traffic at my back.
Your Honor, may I interject something?
Well, how long is the truck, though, Mr. Carson?
How long?
Yeah.
It's just...
How long does it take you to get around this truck?
Your Honor, may I make a point here? I don't think...
He didn't answer my question yet.
Yes, listen to the judge. I actually have to detour around the truck, Your Honor, into the roadway.
Yes.
Which poses a danger.
Point of order?
We're not in a meeting, we're in a court. What would you like to tell me, sir?
Well, I'd just like to tell you that I don't think Mr. Carson runs.
That is not true, Your Honor. I do run frequently at night past Mr. Letterman's home.
How far do you run?
Several miles.
Several miles.
Oh.
Could you admonish the plaintiff not to make these...
Let me take the stake away. I don't like the...
Yes.
Let me ask you something, Mr. Letterman.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
claim
Your
that the truck was damaged, the headlight was damaged in some way?
Absolutely.
I have Did you have it repaired?
I have estimates to have it repaired. I have 3 estimates to have it repaired.
May I see them?
See the estimates?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me get them from my massive briefs here. Pass those. Would you be good enough to pass those? Well, I also have an affidavit, a sworn statement of a gentleman who looks after my home that the truck, in fact, was damaged upon its return. And notarized. It was notarized.
Good. Well, you've given me 2 estimates, sir.
Yeah, I know. My dog ate the other one.
All right.
May I interject, Your Honor?
Yes, you may.
As you can see, that the headlight was not damaged when the truck was on stage. The truck was returned to Mr. Letterman's home, where it sat on the street unguarded.
Well, who drove the truck back?
Our staff returned the truck to Mr. Letterman's house.
You have an affidavit from anyone from the staff that when you brought it back, it was not damaged at all, sir?
Oh, yes.
Do you have it with you? Well,
I'll get it for you. My staff will give me whatever I want, sir.
Sir, you sound suspiciously like some of my litigants.
No, sir. The truck was returned to Mr. Letterman's home, but the truck sat out there for 3 days before Mr. Letterman realized that the headlight hadn't been damaged.
It's a blatant miscarriage of justice.
Were you living there, Mr. Letterman, at the time?